This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store Forged Irish Stout. Delighted as always to be joined with Dean Whyte. We're here in South London for a big clash. Chris Billam Smith, Richard Riakporhe. Other than that, you all good, mate?
Not bad, my friend. Thank you very much. How about you?
All good, all the better for seeing you. I suppose before we just do touch on the main event, you obviously had a show last Saturday. Went all well?
Excellent, man. Brilliant show. Good fights. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, happy with that.
How's the progression of Blackbox Global going?
You know what? To be honest, we've kind of steadily been good anyway. You know what I mean? I think, you know, all of the fighters are growing. Alfie Clegg's now 10-0. You know what I mean? IBO Youth World Champion. We had the Commonwealth, but the 10 days before the opponent got pulled by the board, so we couldn't get to do that. But I mean, a lot of the fighters that are on there are progressing, getting to 4-0, 5-0, and it's slowly, you know, we're moving on. I need to get my other guys to title contention, so we have multiple titles on the night. You know what I mean? But listen, you know, slow, steady wins the day, man.
Absolutely, for sure. Well, I suppose we'll talk about while we're here. Billam Smith taking on Richard Riakporhe, a rematch of their fight in 2019. So, what are you thinking for this fight as we go into another big rematch in a big stadium?
I mean, it's a good solid fight, man. Good 50-50 fight for fans, and it's a good solid fight for both guys. It's now for a world title. What was it before? Was it for a British title?
I think it was British. I'm not too sure though.
Yeah, even myself. Imagine that, from British level now to be fighting at world level for a world title. I mean, listen, as a world champion, they say it gives you 10% extra. We know what Billam Smith is: a tough, solid customer, durable, and we know what Richard is. Good power puncher, good boxer, good movement, moves well, and hopefully Saturday night he boxes and moves well. You know, I'm going to be rooting for my South London guy, him and Isaac Chamberlain, but this is boxing, anything can happen. I know it's a solid fight. Chris will come and push them all the way to the limit.
When you have a fight like that, and a fight like that was 5 years ago, as both fighters, as Billam Smith and Richard Riakporhe, is there much that you can take from that first fight? Where they both changed so much?
I think both guys have changed and developed, so I think they'll show their improvements. I hope, like I said to these other guys, I hope Richard doesn't just rely on that one punch, looking for that. And I hope Billam doesn't just keep walking forward thinking what he done in the Okoli fight's going to work in this fight. Do you know what I mean? So let's see what happens.
Have to ask you about Isaac Chamberlain as well, fighting Jack Massey for the European title. So yeah, tough fight for himself, a tough replacement.
Yeah, they should have got someone else personally. But look, I'm be rooting for Isaac. Isaac's my guy anyway, so I'll definitely be rooting for him and wish him luck. But it is a hard fight. I suppose what fights ain't hard in boxing? But you know what I mean? I think they could have fought someone else. Massey is what he is on the tin, tough motherfucker. And everyone knows that, you know what I mean? He gave Richard Riakporhe a hell of a run for his money. Joseph Parker in that last round there, he was there all the way to the end and gave, you know, buzzed him and gave him a run for his money as well. So I don't know, it's one of them, innit?
Dean, whilst I got you, it's only right I do ask you about obviously the heavyweight division, its moving parts. 21st of September, it's looking like Anthony Joshua's going to be back at Wembley against Daniel Dubois. Dubois coming off a great win against Filip Hrgovic. So what are your thoughts on that?
Dubois, man, big up Dubois, give him credit because he's done good. He beat Hrgovic and he beat Miller, which I didn't give him a chance to do. So credit to him. You know, he done a good thing there. It's amazing. But does he beat Anthony Joshua? I don't think so.
I was going to say that when it comes to it, when you look at the fighters, is there some problems that Dubois could pose for AJ, or is this sort of the new lease of life?
Man, it's boxing. Obviously, he's going to do his things. He's vastly improved under Don Charles. But do I think he has a better pedigree than Anthony Joshua? Do I think he can outfox him? Do I think he's faster? Do I think he punches harder? He could maybe punch harder, but obviously he's never, you know, obviously allegedly he's knocked him down in sparring and whatever, but that's sparring. But I still think Anthony Joshua has the beating of him, man. You know what I mean?
Does that play a factor, that sparring, or let's say it did happen? Does it play a factor?
I don't think so. I think Joshua's faster, got a better jab, faster, and I think Joshua gets him out of there in emphatic fashion.
Fury Usyk 2, basing off the first fight. Can Fury?
I think Usyk win? No. I felt it was more a draw, sorry. Obviously the 9th round was his best round, but I didn't think he won. And I think Tyson Fury doesn't mess about, doesn't play any games, and shuts up shop and boxes his head off, and doesn't just box on the back foot either, because that wasn't a great plan to do. Do you know what I mean? Because he made himself tired. That's a lot of work for a big guy to be pushed back all night long on the back foot. That wears you out. So yeah.
I was going to say, do you think Fury could do enough to turn the tide? Because he did look good in that. Yeah.
I think he can do enough, man. I think he needs to go back to what he was doing, try and box on the front foot and push him back. I think that's his route to win.
And when it comes to Fury, is there overall concerns? Because there was a lot said about the corner and too many voices. And I spoke to Johnny Nelson yesterday, and he said, you know, he really needs to sort of clean his team out, clean the house out. Is there issues with that?
Way too many people in that corner, yeah. Way too many. There needs to just be one voice heard. All of them people can't be talking a mess. But he is a top athlete, so he knows what to do and he knows what to block out and what to listen to. But yeah, I think only one person needs to be doing the talking. That's Sugar Hill, and the rest of the guys. That's it.
Well, I suppose the final one from myself, when it comes to the heavyweight division and you see the moving parts, obviously Self close to Dillian, he made his comeback in March. Ideally you'd like to see him sort of have a tussle with any of these guys? Yeah,
I'm sure he's working to do whatever he's doing. I spoke to him today, he's good, he's feeling good, he's training, he's in shape. I'm sure we'll hear something soon, man. He'll be in the mix hopefully shortly, you know.
Dean, thank you for taking time to speak to me, I appreciate it, mate. Top man, thank you, mate. Cheers.